Welcome to another episode of Raising the Bar, TKG Podcast. Today we have a great show for you. We're going to hear from Elzree Rodges and how he went from the corporate life to business ownership. Elzree Rodges was born July 19th, 1967 in Cleveland, Mississippi, to James and Bertha Johnson Rodges, and graduated from Shaw High School. Elzree attended college at Mississippi Delta Community College, where he studied general education and furthered his studies at Arkansas College of Technology, where he graduated with his degree in electronics technology. After graduation, Texas Instruments invited the Shaw Hawks graduate to work for them in Dallas, Texas, where he would spend the next 5 years making his mark in the electronics field. Later, Intel Corporation hired the Hawks alumni, and this is where he would spend 22 years enjoying life in New Mexico, where he and his wife Larissa raised 3 beautiful daughters. Elzree left Intel Corporation in 2016 and now has embarked on his own business journey. Elzree offers credit card processing to business owners in various industries. In addition to business ownership, Elzree is a field service engineer for Lam Research. Stay tuned to see and hear how he was able to raise the bar. TKJE, let's go. TKJE. All right, welcome back to another episode of Raising the Bar, TKJE podcast. We've got a great show for you guys today. I'm excited about this interview. This individual and I go way back, and I'm just excited that he's here and what he's been able to achieve in his life. Today we have Mr. Lou Rodges. He is the owner of Next Level Processing Solutions. It's just great to have him here. Lou, how are you today?
I'm doing very well, Mr. Jackson. And yourself?
I'm doing fantastic. Again, thanks for stopping in and being a part of this. I really appreciate it, and I can't wait to hear what you have to say. So let's go ahead and just get started.
Thanks for the invite.
When it comes to business and what you've been able to achieve, what inspired you to start your own business?
I was born and raised in the church, and I was wanting to have a different life. A life of abundance, a life of freedom, a life of more. And I was talking to a mentor of mine, and he taught me that waiting on a company to pour into me wasn't something that was real. So this mentor put some time into me to help me to understand that I need to look outside the 4 walls. And that's what I began to look for, start seeking for an opportunity outside of the 4 walls, and certain things just began to fall my way.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right. So was it a big search or time consuming when you say start looking outside the 4 walls?
So it started with a prayer, right? Asking God to open my scope, because my mother and father were principals, school teachers, they were in the school system. So what I was taught was to go out and work a 40-year career, or a 30-year career, and that would suffice, but life has its own challenges. And what I was told, I found that it was a challenge to have the income that I wanted to help me live life.
Okay. So along the lines of challenges, how did you overcome those initial challenges and the setbacks, when you decided to go on this business journey?
So it all started with network marketing. I never would have thought that that's what God would have given me, to open up my business mind, or to open up or to give me a business mind. And network marketing was the first thing that he gave. So with network marketing, I learned business principles, and I learned them. So therefore, I didn't have the brick and mortar, but I had the business, and I was learning business ideas, business thoughts, business thinking, right? Because I was used to working for a company and getting, what the company said that was coming to me. And all of a sudden, now I had to learn a new way of thinking, a new way of being. And I was becoming, this entrepreneur. So, for me, I had a brother. He's a doctor. He's a chiropractor in the state of Mississippi. He was instrumental, to help me out. And then I had my mentor, Mr. Jackson, who was very instrumental in helping me to understand things as problems arose. I had some people to go and talk to help me understand business because I had no business in business because I didn't understand business.
Got it. I see it. I see it. Okay, so on this journey, can you share a story of a major risk you had to take that led to a significant reward? So along this journey, we all have to take risks as business owners and life in general. But was there one particular major risk that you had to take that led to a large reward, a significant reward in your life?
Man, in doing business, everything is a risk. You
Yep.
know,
Yep.
you have to find a way to make it work. One of the biggest risks I ever that actually hit my plate was me leaving Intel in 2016. Not knowing what was ahead of me, but I had faith that I was going to be able to make it work. My wife, kids, everyone looking at me to bring an income into that house because that's what I had before, right? And what they taught me was, hey man, we believe in you, and I had to find a way to make it work. So not knowing, some of the things that were ahead, but I took that leap of faith to walk away and to continue the process. I'd already started doing business, before Intel let me go, just because it was one thing that my mentors would talk about. Don't wait till you need something, to start something. You have to start it now. And where that now is for an individual, it's up to them to determine when the now is. So I started, speaking into my life. I started, seeking God for, if this was the right thing to do. And my mentor told me the only way for you to find out is to jump, and with that word for him, my mentor, it was easy for him, and I was able to look at how frequent this guy would jump. And then I said, you know what? Hey, if it worked for him, I don't see why it wouldn't work for me.
I can dig it.
You
I
know?
love it. That's cool.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
so then in life, right, we have to go through a few things from risks to failures. So what are some of the most important lessons you've learned from failure or some of the mistakes that you made? Because right on the journey, you're going to make mistakes, but what are the lessons that you've been able to learn from some of your what some people may say failures or learning or mistakes that you've made? What have you been able to learn from those?
So there is no such thing as a failure.
Okay.
It's you're learning constantly. So if you label it a failure, then it's almost like you're saying you quit.
Okay.
The only thing to me is a failure is when you completely give up.
Got it.
So to me, every opportunity that comes your way is an opportunity for you to learn. Now, you might not have been as successful as you wanted to be, but the lessons that you learn along the way would never put you into a box of a failure. It'll put you into this path that you are on. It'll just continue to pass. And something always, the Bible says God always give a way of escape. So he never said he was going to give you a path of a failure. He will give you a path of escape. And what that means to me is I'm steadily learning on this journey. So my walk never changed. It was just something else that came along the way to help me to grow. And that's what I've learned. Everything that we are faced with is an opportunity for you to add more information to the platform that he is giving you to build upon. And that's how I look at it. So there is no failing, but there have been many opportunities that have come my ways to cause me to redirect. COVID came. And that was one of the biggest blows that, any business owner could take on because I offer credit card processing, meaning my customers go out and they sell a product, and with this product that's sold, I make a percentage of. Okay. So when COVID shut the entire world down, there was no money to be made. So I was faced with a dilemma of trying to get money from the government, PPP loans that were out there, other opportunities that were out there, supposedly to help business owners stay afloat. Well, with me being a business owner of one, I didn't qualify. And they said, well, the first one was for business owners, how many people work for you? So there were more catering to the larger businesses. They weren't really looking at the smaller businesses to say that we were important.
Gotcha.
So it caused me to restructure, realign to get me through a tough time. Because as well as I know, if you don't have any money coming in, you're in a very dark situation.
Yep.
Because the bills, they come in every 30 days like clockwork. They come in, and if you don't have any money to combat the situation that's in your life, now you have to make a decision, So I had to make a decision to find something else to bring an income into my house. Okay. And that's what I had to do, something that was going to sustain COVID, because COVID could come again. So what do you do if it comes again? Now, what is your plan? So I can't act like what I saw, I didn't see.
Right.
So COVID was a real situation. And if it comes again, what part of COVID would take from me again? And I just wasn't willing to put myself in that predicament. So I learned to bring something else on to help me to go through these tough times.
Got you. So it's not about just sticking to your one and only plan. If something arises, then you're going to need to learn and pivot a lot, right? That's a term that's been used quite a bit, but you have to make that adjustment. Okay.
Yeah. Pivot is a great word. That's a great word. And that's a great way to look at what I had to do. I had to make a decision. So when the next time it happens, I don't want to be unprepared. I can't act like I didn't see it because I saw it.
Got it. A lot of times I like using the term, the 5 Ps, right? Proper preparation prevents poor performance. So don't be prepared, not surprised.
Right. That's right. That's right.
All right, well, man, one more question. So, in the end, and from a job to business, the mindset is seems to be that what are we going to leave, and how will it look, and for our kids. And as you mentioned before, you have kids yourself. So what's the legacy that you hope to leave behind through your business endeavors?
Oh man, that's an emotional question. Uh, um, I believe in the church. I believe in God's word, and I believe that His word says for those people who trust Him, He said that He would open up the windows of heaven and pour out a blessing that you don't have room enough to receive. Um, I would love to buy each of my daughters a house and pay it off. I would love to buy extra property for them and leave for them so they can not go through the struggle that I went through. You
Mm-hmm.
know, if I allowed them to suffer, then I wasn't a good parent. That's
Mm-hmm.
how I see me. You know, if I allowed them to go through the same hardships that I went through, then I wasn't a good father. And I want to leave them much better than what I was. My parents gave me a start, right? And with this start gave me the opportunity to see life differently, and God gave me a journey. And with this journey, He placed certain people in my life along the way, and it was important for me to be at the Starbucks when Kim came through with the video phone. It was important for me to leave and to call, Ken Jackson, and talk to him about, man, we've been talking about business. I got something I want you to look at, you know,
Right.
and that's important to me. Know, for me to call my brother, and talk to him about, again. He said, "Man, Grid Day, that's a business." He said, "Man, I don't have time for that. I got my own chiropractic business that I'm doing." So I'm in a full-time business already. He said, "So now you introduced me to another full-time business." So the process of what I'm leaving my kids is already working. Both of my daughters are in the marketing field. Both of them are selling. One is in Houston, Texas, doing very well for herself, and the other one is in Arizona, doing very well for herself. Both at the ages right now, Tabitha is 26 and Victoria is 24, and they're able to fend for themselves. So why did they choose marketing? I think that's because of me choosing ACN. And ACN has taught me so much about life and,
Mm-hmm.
and and how to hunt. So being a hunter is something that I've already passed off to them to start controlling your own market, ideas, money. One of my daughters have two vacations places that they already have that she rents out.
Oh,
So, and
wow.
it's because of that start that I gave, right? So if it wasn't for me meeting Kim and it wasn't for me meeting Ken, I met Ken Jackson before Kim. I met Ken Jackson first. My brother, Dr. Rodges, of course he's my brother.
Right.
He was very instrumental in my journey as well. So, and all these people coming into my life helped me to set up something that will be beautiful for my family. So, what I would love to leave them is a picture of me over their mantle. And I want them to look up and say, that was the guy who helped change the financial future of our family.
Wow.
And yeah, so that's what I want, Mr. Jackson.
I love it. I love it. Well, but thank you so much again, Mr. Rodges. It's been a heck of a journey. And I really appreciate it. I know that our listeners are going to get a lot out of this interview. If someone wants to utilize your services or get a hold of you, what's the best way for them to do that?
505-217-4393. 505-217-4393. I would love to talk to you, even if you just want encouragement, even if you want someone to talk to you. I've learned in this journey, you have to help people along the way in order for you to be more successful, right? Because everything is not about money. Everything is not about that. Everything is about who you're helping, whose life you're pouring into, how you're helping them to grow, how you're helping them to become, whatever it is that they're seeing. But if you're not seeing it, you can't achieve it.
Right.
So that's something that I would definitely say. So if anyone need that help, seeing, my mentor told me to go look it up on the internet. Right. And that's what I did. I didn't know what $10,000 looked like. I didn't know what $20,000 looked like. So I had to go to the internet, to YouTube, to actually look it up to see what it looks like. So that all changed me. But if anyone is ever in the place where they need someone to talk to, hey, use that phone number.
I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Blessings to you and your business, your future, and your family. Well, it's been a fantastic show. Again, thank you so much. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
TKJE.